Hi all, this is Sia Naz and welcome to episode 20 of the Diary of a Hip Hop Artist podcast. So what you just heard was my beat DMX, Tight Dope. And that one is version 2. So the original version, I kept it really safe. But with this version, I added a sample that I wanted to put in previously, but I wasn't too sure. Normally you'd put it in the verse or the chorus, but I just wanted to scatter that throughout. So that sample is what you heard now. And I put it at the start and I scattered it how I wanted it. Because I've got a new laptop, it still keeps cutting out in the cello section. So when you hear the beat at the end of the podcast, you'll see where it cuts out. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I've contacted Dell because this is a new laptop that I've got, and I've contacted them to see if they can figure out why it's cutting out. I'm not sure why it's cutting out, so hopefully something can be sorted. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get a new laptop because I got a new laptop so that I could make music, not for it to cut out. So it's really got to be able to handle all the pressure from using Ableton because it takes a lot of space, takes a lot of memory. So I don't know, all the behind the scenes sort of stuff, it's got to be able to handle when I'm doing Ableton. And because I've got the complete program as well, which I haven't uploaded on this laptop, and that's got like, I think 100 gigabytes of music samples, and that hasn't even been uploaded on this. And if I upload it on this and it gives out, or if I upload it and I try to use the music and it doesn't work at all, I'm going to be furious. So they've got to figure that out. So they're the trials and tribulations that I've got at the moment. So let's get started with the week. So on Monday, I actually watched the documentary McQueen about the designer Alexander McQueen. He was really dark, which I didn't really know much about him, but I knew of him, and just watching the documentary just made me fall in love with him. And it's so sad that he committed suicide at such a young age. But if you watch the documentary, you'll understand why. And now I'm just desperate to get my hands on anything McQueen. And of course, it's ridiculously expensive. So I'll just wait for a sale and grab this. There's a gorgeous red scarf that I'm desperate to have. So I'm keeping my eye on it, and hopefully it's $550. And there are some other programs that I want to get to help me with mixing and mastering from Isotope. So I want to get the production suite. It's on special at the moment. It's normally $800 US, but now it's on special for I think $399 I think it is, which is about $550 Australian. So it's either improve my music or buy a red scarf from McQueen. So I want both, so we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully I can get both. So I did that earlier in the week. Well, I did that on Monday, and then on Monday I uploaded the podcast to Anchor, which is the program I use to do the podcast, and I uploaded the YouTube video and I promoted both, so that takes quite a few hours. Only if it was quicker to upload stuff to YouTube, but when you've got to put in all the keywords and everything, it takes a bit of time. So anyway, that's the process. So that was on Monday. On Tuesday, I made the beat video for Tight Dope, which was kind of cool. I also made a variation beat, and I made the beat visualizer for it as well. But then I realized after I had made version 2 of Tight Dope, I realized it was really off and really out. And that took me ages to do. So now I'm going to have to remake it and do another one. So that's going to be a bit of a pain in the backside, but maybe I can just easily, I guess I can just easily change out the music, put in the new music, and off we go. That might not work because I've made it in FL, but I'm learning how to do the beat visualizers a bit quicker. I think once I've done a few more and I know how to do it, then I'll do a tutorial on it, because it's quite fiddly. There's so many things that you have to do to make a beat visualizer. It's not quick. There's layers, and yeah, it's still a bit tricky, but I do enjoy making beat visualizers. They're fun. So on Wednesday, what I did was I promoted my Tight Dope beat video, and that was for the original version that I made, so I promoted that one. And then I wasted time figuring out the dimensions of the video to put up on Insta. I don't know why it's so difficult. I've figured it out now, but every time I try to put up a video, the size would get cut off or the video would be really distorted, but I think I've got it now. So it took me ages. It took me hours actually, just Googling in YouTube different videos and trying to find one that would help. So there's so many videos and a lot of them are quite old, and as you know, technology updates so quickly, so it took me a while to find something more recent that actually worked, so that was really good. Then I also got some help with blurriness of the video screen. So again, these new Dell laptops are a pain in the ass because it's not working very well, and there's so many settings. Like I forgot how you have to personalize your laptop and go through all these settings to get it to sit right, so I'm going through the teething process of that. But really the main problem I've got at the moment is that it cuts out in Ableton, and that's just not on. I don't want it to be doing that. It's a brand new computer. It's got heaps of megabytes and gigabytes and all that rubbish, but it doesn't seem to be helping. So hopefully that'll be sorted out tomorrow when I speak to them again. So what I also did was I made the video on how to make the tight dope video, and that was pretty cool. But again, with the new speakers that I've got attached to my laptop, when I was recording the tutorial, my voice came out of the left speaker, but the music came out of both speakers. So before I started recording this podcast, I just checked to make sure that the vocals are going to come out of both speakers, and it is doing that. So it's got to be the program I used to make the tutorials that's not working right. Not sure why it would only have the voice come out of the left speaker, but then the music plays out of both. That's really weird. So yes, more teething problems. Anyway, I'll sort them out. Oh, another thing that I figured out on Wednesday was how to upload videos from Insta on my laptop, which is awesome. If you've got, like I've got Windows laptop, you can go to the Microsoft section where it's got all the apps, and you can download the Instagram app, and then it allows you to post from your laptop, which is fabulous. And even better, in the app, it goes into all my folders and finds all the folders that has got images. So then I just have to go into the app and then just look for the folder that's got the photo that I want to use and select it and upload. So that is awesome. Might do a tutorial on that one too. I don't think many people know about that, or maybe they do, and I just found out. But anyway, I thought that was pretty awesome. Then on Thursday, I finished the tutorial on how I made the tight dope beat. So a lot of bits and pieces that go into making those too. I worked on version 2 of the tight dope beat, but once again that needs fixing because the beat is really out, so I've got to put in the new audio for that one. Yeah, battling with my laptop, just reading through my diary here. I also bought 2 wave plugins, mainly to fatten up my vocals and just to get a nice full rounded sound, and that was with waves. And I found out about these. One is called Doubler, and it's vocal doubler, which is awesome, but I've been using it on anything. The other one is RVox, Renaissance Vox, and that's for vocals to warm them up and just fatten them up a bit as well. And I found out about them through Blap Chat, which is the podcast that Ill Mind has, which is absolutely fantastic, awesome if you're a producer or if you're a beat maker. They have some great guests, and they were talking about plugins that they use, which is awesome. And then I found out about these plugins, and even better is that they were half price. One was like a quarter of the price, which is fantastic. So snap those both up. So that means I don't pay my mobile phone bill this week. I'll be paying it next week. Then we go to Friday, and on Friday I uploaded how I made tight dope beat to YouTube and I promoted it. On Friday I also tried to upload the Waves plugins, the RVox and the Doubler, because it wasn't playing nice. So Friday I was battling to figure out how to do that, but I didn't figure out how to do that until last night, Saturday, and then during Saturday, I downloaded the plugins and I played around with them. Tonight is Sunday, so tonight what I did was I worked on the Dope Beat version 2. I mean, you can make 100 different versions of the same beat, and I've probably made 3 different versions of Tight Dope. The first one is the playing it safe one. The second one, which you've just heard, is the one where I wanted to put that sample in, but I thought it was maybe a bit funny and just the places that I wanted to put in wasn't going to be right, but I've done it anyway, and this is the version that I really like. And then there's a third version, which I'm not going to bother putting up, but I just played around with some of the samples in there, some of the drum beats, and just played around with the cello, and but it sounds a bit kooky. I always find that my beats tend to turn into sort of like soul, R&B type beats, like really mellow, laid back sort of beats. I'm not sure why that's happening. When I first discovered music, it was R&B. That was on Triple R, I think it was. It was one of the local stations, and they were playing some gospel music or soul music, and that's how I really fell in love with music, was more from that genre than anything, than not really pop music. It was more like black music, like soul, R&B, hip-hop. That was what I first discovered, and that's what I've sort of always loved, like Motown, music like that. So whenever I'm making beats, I find that I always tend to go back to that era, and the music sort of sounds like that. It's more soulful. Yeah, I should make more beats like that, because I want to make different types of beats, but when I sort of sit there and listen to what my soul really wants, it always goes back to that. Listen to your soul, you make soul music. So, yeah, but I do like making the hip-hop pop beats. I'm still learning. I've been getting some savage comments on Insta and YouTube, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm still learning, still new to this. I'm still trying to figure it out. So I'm just going to ignore the comments. I mean, some people can be really nasty. They're really, really rude, but you know what? I don't care. I'm not going to let idiots stop me from learning and getting better. And I'm getting encouraged, because I'm getting people that are well connected, that are liking my beat or encouraging me, which sort of keeps me going. So, because I got one comment yesterday and it's like, "Are you tone deaf? This isn't hip hop." And I said, "Thanks for the love," and gave him the middle finger emoji. So I'm not going to let those idiots stop me. So I'm just going to keep going, keep learning. I'm not perfect. I just started, just figuring it out. I'm enjoying it. I love doing it. I'd rather be writing lyrics and singing than anything, but you need your beats, and it's just easier I guess not easier, but I just prefer to make my own music. Then I don't have to ask permission from anyone. So maybe I'll do half and half, but I always just want to do everything myself, which is not good. Anyway, that's where we're at. So that's it for this week. Please share with your friends or someone you think would like to hear this podcast, and I will catch you on the next show. But to finish, here is Tight Dope version 2, the one that I really wanted to put out, but I was too scared. But here it is. It's my favorite. Thanks for listening, friends, and we'll speak next week. Bye.